Yes, it's been like a year and a half, but we're doing one. It's like uh 10 p.m. at
Streaming?
night. Yeah, I'm tagged, and in here we have. You guys go.
I am
pour
Tyler
another
Negative
shot if we're doing
aka
this.
Tyler, aka the one with the messed up profile picture.
Yeah, I'm Jogger. I pretend to be black on the internet.
I'm a Fed Groiper.
I'm trying to get drunk off my ass, and I just happen to be in here.
Awesome. So, in the past, we've had like centralized topics for these, but because it's 10 p.m. and I don't really have any functioning brain cells in my head.
It is 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab.
I think we
Who
all
wants
share
to-
one brain cell between us.
I mean, over 90% of the VC right now is the janitors, so I doubt we even have that one brain cell.
It's in a
dude,
timeshare.
all
Do
Channit
it
users
for
share a
free.
single fucking brain cell.
All right, look. Does anybody want to suggest one basic starting topic?
We're gonna
Anything.
play hot potato with the one brain cell between all
I
of
have no
us.
fucking clue.
I thought it was my turn for the brain cell.
Mom said it's my turn with the brain cell.
All right, here's my idea. Okay. Why are British people subhuman?
Because we just kind of are. But unfortunately, most of the world was British at one point, so.
No, that's what. How do you go from owning like 75? I don't know, like I don't know the exact
How do
number.
you go
Put the
from
fish and
having
chips,
an
mate.
How do you go from having an empire that the sun never set on to living on an island the size of fucking Michigan?
Because the sun finally said.
There's one four-letter word that I want to say about that, but I can't because we'll get tag banned from YouTube. So I'll just say liberal policies.
Okay.
Do you guys think the U.S. is overdue for a genuine conflict that's just them getting attacked?
The U.S. is just gonna like balkanize from within at this point. I mean, there's
That's
really
like-
no avoiding it at this point within like the next 10 years. So
I personally think what's
there's
going
gonna
to
be another
happen is that
American
there's
Civil
going to
War.
be a great terrorist attack. Well, you guys are going to do it, okay? So who wants to go for it?
I'll give it a go.
I'm going to pass like on video, but we'll talk.
wow, that's
Don't let it be on the record.
that's nothing.
Not for the record. Like, cut this part out. Cut this part out. Yes, I'll do it. Okay, cut that part. If you cut back in.
I want to reiterate
any
that
conventional
I have
army-
not an ounce of American or European blood in my body. I am the son of two strict immigrants that have come from long lines. I am more African American than I am normal.
Kings and shit.
Yeah, you're Nigerian,
Yeah.
right?
I love that. You're more African American than normal.
And I'm still,
So how fast is this going to get banned off of YouTube?
I'm still paler than the fucking snow.
That's fine. That's just vitamin D deficiency.
Anyhow, where do you guys trace your ancestry back to? Like genuinely,
Trying to dox
Oh.
me?
North Wales.
North
Well,
America.
I already said I pretend to be black on the internet, so I'm just going to say Nigeria.
But no, my ancestry can be traced back to like Roman era. Kind of cool.
You got the Roman nose?
No, I don't. I'm not Roman. I'm British through and through.
British.
I know.
Shit.
Well, this kind of died off. Who
At
has a better
least our
suggestion for a
children
topic?
don't get shot in schools, innit?
Did your ancestors help build Hadrian's Wall?
Guys, I have a great
No,
idea for a
not
topic.
alongside the UK.
How about we share our tips to avoid school shooters?
Okay, that could work.
You know, the
Tip
American
number one:
survival
don't be
guide.
American.
American survival guide. Number 1, be armed at all times. Number 2, don't. Actually, no. No, you
Step
want
number-
to do the opposite tactic. You gotta actually associate with the quiet kid in the back of the class.
No.
You gotta
Step number
befriend
3:
him.
preemptively shoot all school shooters.
True.
There you go.
Yeah, I think. Listen. I think if people followed that, we'd all have been gotten shot once at least.
And then America would be free to come to just to take again. Perfect plan.
Yes, the British when their tea fucking crosses into the sea.
I swear to God, if I ever go to the US, I'm going to Boston. I'm getting that tea back. You went too far.
Motherfucker,
Listen,
we're
listen,
the
listen.
fattest people in the world. We already fucking drank all of it.
Wait,
You're
no.
gonna dive to the bottom of like the
Americans can't.
shit-filled Boston Harbor and
Americans-
pull tea boxes out.
Americans cannot make a cup of tea. Like my roommate before I had the Dutch one.
Oh,
was
we
American.
can't make tea. Have you ever had like a nice
I
southern like,
watched.
peach iced tea?
No,
What, you
because it's
mean like one with
90% sugar.
like 3 cups of sugar in it? Yeah, dude.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, like
no.
legit. Like
I
actually.
watched my former roommate, an American one, make a cup of tea by putting a tea bag in a cup, filling it up with water from the tap, and just putting it in the microwave for 2 minutes.
Okay, that is kind of degenerate.
It is.
Listen,
There's a
listen.
kettle on the side.
why-
You look at it.
I've been drinking Mountain Dew since I was like 14. Like I
Yes,
drink it
William,
fairly.
drink the corn syrup.
I drink it fairly regularly. Like I have like
You-
one Mountain Dew a week. You know. So,
This
anyways,
podcast
but-
has been approved by the UN.
But I was hanging out with my friend who came up to California from, believe it or not, Kentucky. Right. And
Isn't that
and
the
his
place that
grandma.
chicken comes from?
Yeah, exactly. And his grandma was in town. And so she was like, "Hey, do you kids want to have some iced tea?" And I was like, "Yes." And I drank 1 cup of that iced tea, and I went to sleep that morning at 6 a.m.
Then shit your brains out.
Was it sweet tea?
Yeah, no, that is basically what happened. Like,
All right,
no.
Shot number 5 is going down, so wish me luck.
Go for it. All right.
Try to get a new topic.
Go for it.
No, I'm asking if you guys got a new topic. I'm fucking stumped.
I've got a tip for any middle schoolers, high schoolers. If you go to a majority black school, oh yeah, this only works if you're white or like a HAPA, I guess. So
Hey.
if any of them are messing with you, you just got to reach inside your backpack, and they'll stop messing with you.
Yeah, but to
That
really
only
make sure
works-
that it's sold, make sure you have a gun in your backpack.
No, you
Just
Just
in
for the
case
authenticity,
they're not
You
messing
have to
around.
do what Peter Griffin did in Family Guy. You just have to go to like the blackest neighborhood you know, yell out the N-word as loud as physically possible.
Oh, the
Basketball American.
And then they'll declare
Oh,
you
yeah, demonetized.
Well, fuck.
You can just
I just had to.
Fuck, we're not going to make our 2 Japanese yen off this video.
Not fucking 2-1.
0 bullbucks.
we just
You know what?
lost
I'm going to make sure we get banned in China too. Free Hong Kong, Tibet's a country. I hate Huawei.
Alright, we just went from
Xi
2-1
Jinping
to
ready
1-1.
to prove John Cena, Taiwan.
John
I have a great idea. What
I-
if we try again, right? But
I
have an
actually have-
actual fucking,
I actually have a CCP surveillance device in my room. I have a jar of Laogan Ma chili sauce.
Hold on. Okay, wait. Hear me out, guys. What would actually happen to the global economy if we just nuked China? Like, for real.
They would nuke us
everything
back,
gets more
and then
expensive.
Then everybody would be dead.
you know how many electronics they make over there,
Not much.
or like
Like
rare earth
cyanide.
metal refining? No, they make like tons of microchips over there.
No, that's
Holy
what
big microchips.
Wait,
Who's Michael and why does he make so many chips?
Micro crisps.
What do you guys think? Alright, here's an interesting topic. What do you guys think the most important thing is? Okay. Besides race, what is the most important thing genetically to make you look physically attractive as a guy?
When you got that fucking
Money.
good old peanut butter complexion, alright?
Money.
BBC gene, alright? That's what you need. Daylon Sparrow was right.
your melanin.
Being
count.
born into a family that ends in the names Berg, Dean,
Man,
Black.
Ritz.
I mean, that is pretty important. At least if you want to take the easy route.
having
right?
a large hooked nose.
you have like a genetic impulse to clasp your hands in front of you.
You have a genetic impulse to
Getting
found an
tag
island
banned
filled
for
with
speed
underage
on any
girls.
percent.
Okay, so guys, what do you think about Susan Wojcicki's fat milkers?
What?
Who?
This is the CEO of YouTube.
I don't know. I've
You
never looked at her fat milkers. Let me Take a
I don't
look.
know.
I'd probably give him a 3.5 out of 10. Or
I have no clue who the fuck she is.
Yeah,
I don't know how
she's
you
not
spell
very
this
attractive. She's
Polish
like a solid
vodka
4.
monkey name.
isn't she married to the CEO of Google, or is that outdated information? I don't
I
really
have
I
no
don't know.
idea. I don't follow this. Wait. Let me tell you guys something that's right. So like people say that like white like there's a lot of rhetoric going around about how like incels are inherently violent and shit. But like okay, for example, if Elliot Rodger like got a girlfriend like before he did everything, would he actually like? I don't think you. I think it's still what he did would still happen just later on. You know what I mean?
I mean, if she like broke up with them and
Yeah,
now
if
he's
you
just
break
like,
up with them, sure.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like it's like an
Like,
inherent thing inside
mean-
your like beliefs. You know?
I
not
think
to sound
Elliot.
not to
I
sound
think
like
Elliot.
a racist or anything.
I'm pretty sure the reason he did it was because he just fucking was angry at the world because he didn't have a girlfriend.
I think he was the embodiment of the what zero pussy does to a motherfucker.
I
Man.
think he kind of had deeper
Wait.
problems. You know, I mean, he
Not
thought
to
girls
sound
were supposed to
racist or
talk to
anything,
him.
but which one was Elliot Rodger again?
The half.
He was in Isla Vista. He like
Hey guys,
what's
Elliot
it-
Roger here. Well,
Did he like,
this
did he,
is
like
my
shoot
final
lots of
video.
people or something?
yeah, the Supreme Gentleman.
Yeah.
If only Elliot Rogers had channeled all that energy into becoming like an autistic Minecraft YouTuber.
Do you know what the problem is? I got Elliot Rodger and Elliot Page confused.
If he had
Elliot
done that,
Rodger's some bitch
Oprah, if he had
fucker.
channeled that into Minecraft, he would have had his picking of underage girls.
He could have followed
See,
in the footsteps of Jeffrey
He should
Epstein.
have just Googled how
In
to commit a
Minecraft.
mass shooting in Minecraft.
In
There you go.
Minecraft.
FBI would never have got it.
First, you have to craft a diamond bow and arrow.
Diamond.
And then if you put your diamond bow and arrow into the pack-a-punch, you get an AK.
I'm confused. What subject are we on now?
Man, I just
I
looked
don't
up
know.
Susan Wojcicki. Her milkers aren't even that fat. She looks like fucking Hillary Clinton.
That's why I rated them like a 3 out of 10. It's not good.
Huh.
Alright, so what do you guys think about Bill Clinton?
Yeah, he's pretty okay.
Pretty okay guy. I don't know.
Wait, no. I take it back.
That's on tape, Jogger.
Caught in 4K. Caught in 4K.
Okay, but here's a simple topic, right? Which game or like franchise in general has the worst fan base, like by far?
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Really?
Yeah.
That thing Del was talking about a while back, and he's got set as a background.
Home stuff.
Yeah, that.
That too, yeah. Basically any popular game.
Well, that's good. Yeah, exactly.
Include Dark Souls
No.
in this.
But if I had to choose the worst, my vote would be split between Minecraft and Friday Night Funkin'.
Okay, no. You can have an excuse with Minecraft. It's a bunch of kids, okay? You can excuse Friday Night Funkin'. It's a bunch of gays.
It's true.
I was gonna say, even with Homestuck, any person I've met in real life that's been a fan of Homestuck has been a flamboyant homosexual. And
Yeah,
most of
I've
the
only
people I've
only ever met one Homestuck guy. He turned out to be a bit of a wrong'un.
But like no, but the thing is, similarly to how certain boards like function as containment, like if VT didn't exist, I'm sure that A would be horrible, you know?
Well, actually,
Like,
they're all over
I mean,
JP
A's already
before.
horrible. It's just
Okay,
the
but it
VTuber content now.
would be worse. My point is like if we didn't have the games like Undertale, blah blah blah, Homestuck, whatever you want to use, would that result in the general quality of like other fandoms being worse by extension?
No, it'd be about the same.
Not if you gatekeep, which you should.
That's the
do.
thing.
Yeah, the
Everyone
gatekeeping's
wants everything.
racist now.
See, the thing you have to realize is
Okay, you know what? That's
the
a good
majority of
topic. Let's talk
humanity
about
is
gatekeeping,
retarded.
guys.
We need gatekeeping in everything, from like education to
I
like
agree.
jobs to
We need-
media,
we need to
literally
stop-
everything.
Look, this is what has to happen, right? We need to stop the entry of women, the entry of minorities, and most importantly,
No, but the thing is, as a concept, gatekeeping is like genuinely only a good thing. Like, hear me out, right? If you apply gatekeeping to like your romantic partners, you won't get STDs. You'll form genuine connections with people you care about. You know.
You know
If you
what
gatekeep
another
them-
word for gatekeeping is? It's just called having standards.
having standards. I know. I'm trying to make a point. Gatekeeping is basically having standards, applying it to your fandoms and stuff.
So it's kind of like religion, but for secular people.
What?
I mean, perhaps.
Wow.
But like, it was past Gamergate in like 2015, 2016 that people really tried to push against gatekeeping, and so all these communities opened up to inclusivity. Like you look at D&D or like
Brewing.
Baldur's Gate, yeah, whatever you want to say, MMOs too, like World of Warcraft, you know.
Well, no,
And
that's
so,
never been good.
and as a result, everything is paused now, and I don't really see a way we can get back unless we had a great reset. What do you guys think?
I don't know a whole lot about Gamergate.
I know, but they ruined D&D, and now I can't enjoy it as much anymore.
That's how I feel. Like, have you seen the D&D thing where they're like battle wheelchair or whatever?
Yeah, I've started making. I got banned from one of my D&D groups recently because they had a new person in. He was an MTF. That's not necessary to the story, but it does let you know what kind of person he is. And he's playing a character with a battle wheelchair, and I was playing a cleric.
You healed him out of the wheelchair.
Yep, and I got banned for that.
No, but like, if I was genuinely like permanently handicapped, I would not be playing fucking battle wheelchair. I'd be playing like barbarian warrior. You know, it's almost insulting.
And you know
Okay,
what?
I actually can understand.
With the whole battle wheelchair thing, are all of these necromancers building dungeons that are wheelchair accessible? How do you feel knowing your D&D character is defeated by a flight of stairs?
You skeletal lich number 237.
You
You
roll
need
the
to
one
put.
crit fail, your character rolls down the stairwell and fucking snaps his spine.
Wait. I think
You're
Drift was trying to say something.
Yeah, okay, I will say I can understand maybe a character being in a wheelchair if they're, a wizard or something, but if they're a martial class or, a thief, a stealthy kind of character, it's just retarded.
You just spin the wheelchair around like a tornado.
Okay, I'll tell you
man.
this, right? One of my better D&D groups like constantly mocked the idea of battle wheelchair, but it was like the bard or the rogue of the party like took one on early on. Like it's unnecessary, but it gives him like bonus charisma and like empathy from a lot of NPCs and whatnot. And you know what I mean? So he actually treats it like a genuine thing. It's not like his character is permanently crippled, and that actually was really interesting.
Just kind of depends on the person, I guess. I mean, if it's a
Yeah.
person that
So
just
your
like
friend's
uses
character just
disabilities as like their defining traits, then
wait,
Yeah,
is your friend's
it's
character
shit.
crippled, or does he just trick people into giving him sympathy?
No, that's his whole thing. Yeah, he's literally like committing insurance fraud in D&D. Like, yeah. Like when it's right before like an important encounter or something, he gets in the wheelchair and it would give him like extra persuasion stuff because people feel bad for him. It was just amazing.
Using D&D to live out the male fantasy. I'm gonna commit tax fraud and evade the IRS.
Maybe D&D is a bad example because even if they released paused new books and stuff, you can still just
Which
play
they
D&D.
have been.
Yeah.
You can't
Oh,
just ignore it.
I mean,
Well,
nothing's
like,
stopping you from like using like the second or third editions of like the D&D manuals where they didn't have Globahoma shit shilled inside.
like the whole debacle over orcs being racist is the most retarded thing. Because listen, if someone comes to you and says, "Hey, that orc, that disgusting creature you put in your game reminds me of a black person," how is that your fault? How does that make the orc racist?
That just makes
Look,
them racist.
it's not
You gotta pull, like the double
look.
whammy on them.
They're just reading between the lines. It's not my fault. All the orcs listen to rap music and have brown skin.
It's the same thing about when people use like the word monkey or ape, and then people go, "Oh, that's a racially charged insult."
What's that? The term ape and monkey immediately makes you think of black people?
I mean,
Hold on. Do you have something you want to tell me?
do
Like,
you remember that whole thing with Google
What do you mean I
image
have a racism
recognition?
problem? My racism works fine.
Wait, sorry, what were you saying, Drew?
Oh,
Yeah,
the whole
sorry,
thing
Drew.
with Google's image recognition, where it recognized it saw an image of black people, and it's like I had a gorilla, and they fixed it by just it's just removing its ability to recognize gorillas.
Or when Microsoft released that AI Tay, and she just became like really racist.
That's like
That's one.
instantly within
That
hours.
is one thing I have learned in a lot of my IT classes and everything like that, is that all of these different AIs that they have produced, they have to go in and fix them all the time because they're immediately racist because they function purely off of logic. Like
Yeah.
like they look at crime statistics, they look at this, that, the other thing,
Wait,
and then they're just immediately like, oh shit, this certain group of
Maybe
people
committing
commits.
genocide is a good option.
and that's why issues like think voter ID is racist. I don't know. It feels like
Voter
it's not
ID
even.
is one of the most retarded fucking topics that I've ever heard. It's like, you're telling me that voter ID is racist because people think like, oh, blacks are too dumb to go to the DMV and get a fucking another piece of paper like their driver's license. Ugh. It's so fucking stupid. It's just
And
like,
it really
listen,
feels like
you live
a
in
lot
this
of
country. You need a piece of identification that tells me that you are a citizen and you are eligible to vote. It's
no, and
not
they
that
think that
hard.
that's racist too. The whole citizenship thing as well.
I mean,
Well,
if you can't go
that's
down to
because
the DMV
voter
or whatever
demographic.
and just get an ID, you probably shouldn't even be voting, to be honest.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's like an overarching issue. It's just that modern pseudo progressivism or wokeism, whatever you want to call it. It feels like it's inherently really, really racist just because of how it like diminuate. I don't know what the
It's
word is.
because it's the religion of the urbanites, because the urbanites don't have the. Sorry, let me figure out a better way to word this. They don't have like the self. Sorry,
No,
I
you're
have way
good.
too many shots. I'm just trying to get the words for it, but basically, yeah, it's more or less the religion that the urbanites grasp onto because they don't have any sort of really need. I mean, it's the reason why you see all of these people in third world countries like Africans and South Americans and everything. The reason they're devoutly religious is because they live in an environment. Oh shit, here comes Jogger.
Oh, he's back.
We're talking about your people, Jogger.
People. What you're talking about?
We're talking about how modern urbanites have adopted, and I'll go off of that, Oprah. Humans, and like if you're religious or not, you like like from every standpoint, you have to agree. Humans need like a belief system to live by. Like it's been established through like
That's kind of
hundreds of
what I was
years.
going to tie into
Yeah.
because whenever you have every single one of your needs met, like say an urbanite, where it's like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm going to use Grubhub, or like we take everything for granted at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
we evolved for thousands of years, and now it's just like, okay, I can get fresh water out of I can just get fresh water out of a faucet. I could go to Walmart and buy a fucking steak, and people yearn for more. And whenever you're dealing with urbanites, they need something more, and whenever all of their needs are met, religion kind of fills the void of the infinite grind where it's just like, oh yes, I go to 9 to 5 job, I go, I work, I come home, I make, I order Grubhub, I go to sleep, and they need something more than that.
And that's why they take on wokeism and stuff so feverishly. I get exactly what you're saying.
It's kind of a grug take of it, but yeah,
Revolution with consequences and disaster for the human race.
I would give a much more in-depth deep dive into that, but it would take a lot of time, and I don't have enough brain cells currently active thanks to the peppermint schnapps I've currently been consuming.
Well, I'll admit that, right? I just summered like a few months ago in Egypt, right? I think I mentioned this, whatever. But like the quality, obviously, so Egypt is like kind of what you call, I don't know, it's like a second world country where it's like most of it is like nice and you have amenities and whatnot, and then of course part of them live in the desert areas. And there's a lot of patches and stuff. So in general, the quality of life in Egypt is like pretty nice, you know. Obviously, they don't have all the complete like amazing amenities we have here, but people in Egypt are just nice, you know, like they'll help you if you need it, you know, like they'll
Because they
talk to you.
haven't been infected by global homo and
They
pure
have religion.
individualism.
The culture is centered around religion and love for your brother. And I'm not saying that that like, inherently you should be religious if you don't really want to, but I'm saying that it's much healthier for people and populations to actually have religion than like a political view as the fill for that void. Mm.
I mean,
And it does make a whole lot of sense.
I would say a lot of the, I don't know, you would call them liberal, like urbanite masses, do have a sort of religion in a way.
Wokeism,
Yeah,
Mm.
you know, like
neoliberalism.
trust the science, like
All
whatever.
hail the great melanin one.
It's having Fauci claws evolve down the chimney to deliver you presents on Science Miss.
Dr.
Yes,
Fauci Claus,
exactly.
give me my 7th booster.
You buzzword, we're gonna get flagged.
No. One sec. Guys, what's your opinion on Fortnite? I've said that we can put that in the tags too.
Oh my god, I
So
love
basically,
Fortnite.
Fortnite is the best game ever created, and the reason for this is simple. Epic Games and everyone who works at Epic Games are, as the company's name suggests, they are epic. All right,
Epic Games,
because
where games
when
are
I
epic.
make a game, I'm going to release it on the Epic Game Store because 88% price share.
I really like their
I love China.
Martin
I
Luther
love
King
Epic
Day
Games.
event.
I love.
It's too late, Tag. I already said something about Taiwan. We're banned in China.
I only played Fortnite back in the early days, whenever it was just released back in oh god, was it like 2018 to 2019?
Do you mean when it was the
And
zombie game?
kind of, yeah, basically. It was
Okay,
whenever the battle royale mode had only been out for like maybe a year, and I mean, I guess it was all right at that point. I can't speak for it now, but
Okay, let's just understand something.
oh what?
All. Okay, wait. Wait. Is Jogger gonna talk now? What? Okay. So I'll get in then. Speaking of Epic Games,
The only
one of
thing I can actually submit to the topic of Fortnite before you move on to the next subject is a video that I'm gonna send in general here in just a second. Here it is.
Can you hear me now?
Oh my god, my files are too powerful. Never mind, I can't
Can you hear me
send that shit.
now? If you can hear
yeah,
me
I
now,
can
good.
hear you.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, simple. All battle royale games are fucking terrible. At each and every one of them, ranging from Warzone to Fortnite to PUBG, they're all shit.
But speaking of Epic Games, right? One of the big draws of their launcher, or whatever, that they desperately try to get people off of Steam for, is their whole free game releases. You know, and
But
of
all that
course,
means all that means I do is every week I open the Epic Game Store, see the 2 free games, see they're both nothing that I'm going to play, and close it again.
But the thing is, if you torrent, you don't deal with any of that. You know,
Yeah.
torrenting
Okay,
is not morally wrong.
Here's my Top Gear top tip for the day.
Yeah.
Pirate everything.
That's exactly he nailed it.
You
See, I've been pirating.
from Globo Homo that you can possibly do.
Technically speaking, I've
We're
been pirating
just
since I
trying
was.
to get the YouTube banned, aren't we?
See, Jogger, you pirate because you're poor, I
Sorry,
pirate
it's
because I can.
I'm sorry,
Technically,
it's ingrained in my fucking vocabulary. I'm used to talking to
What did
people.
you just call me? Did you just call me poor?
Yes.
Just whore?
Okay, that's fine.
I called you Jogger.
what I was saying was, I've technically been pirating since I was 8 years old. Even when I was 8, instead of downloading like songs and stuff, like I go on YouTube and I'd YouTube to MP3 songs that I like. So yeah,
It's incredible.
Before we go any further, this This is a message to my ISP. I do not endorse piracy. Do not turn off my internet. Thank you.
Okay.
I mean,
I'd like
okay,
to give a
I
I'd like to give a
say-
message to the MI6 operative listening to this. I do not endorse any of the views presented. These are all for the purpose of comedy and entertainment.
AT&T,
And to
bro.
my CIA agent listening to me, I do endorse everything I've just said. I'm a threat to society.
Listen, Wi-Fi bro, AT&T guy that just installed our thing. I know you. You're a cool guy. I don't care what you guys hear.
Hey, AT&T guy, you're cool. Don't go in your office tomorrow.
Don't check my browser history tomorrow. No, I think inherently that any
You know what
creative
they're gonna
product.
find? They're gonna find something with MLP in it, and you know what I'm talking about.
You know
And
what?
humanoid rarity in the search bar.
You need to take a good long look at your life and what brought you to this point.
I
anyway,
joined the
so-
server a long time ago, and I don't know why I'm still here. I still question
what I
that
was
every
what I was gonna say was are any of you guys familiar with itch.io?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen a
I
couple
think
things
that
on
day.
that.
Whenever you like scratch your nuts.
Yeah.
I think every video game, and I genuinely mean this, should follow like a free release, and then where it's like even on single player games, I think literally every video game should have like a free iteration of some kind, and then you can pay for it if you enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like
You mean a
that should be a
demo?
Then they wouldn't make the money. You don't understand.
Well, the
You
thing
need
is,
to go full
demo
send.
demo doesn't apply to every genre, but I mean like yeah, essentially, I think there should be a legal like Steam will let you refund any game like no questions asked if you've only played it for like 2 hours or less, right? I think that should be an inherent thing for any game. Well,
Can I
I mean,
drop a
it
small
probably
personal anecdote on like the whole demo thing?
Yeah.
Like back when I was a young lad, when I had like PS3, I was poor. I was poor. I had no money, but
Yeah.
I was still able to play Payday 2 with my friend because it had the free demo. All you could do is play Bank Heist Cash. You could never get past level 20, but it was free. And if you want the rest of the game, you just buy it. And now I'm less poor and have a PS4 and still play Payday 2 and only play Bank Heist Cash.
Exactly. Demos like they genuinely increase sales of games. I'll bet you, like by a lot.
Yeah.
Well, my phone's at 1%. It's charging, but I think Discord VC might be draining it more than it's charging. We'll see if I randomly disconnect.
Yeah, geez,
No.
dude, making a demo? I don't know. That's a lot. I mean, I don't know, man. If you pre-order, you'll get a skin in multiplayer. That's pretty enticing, isn't it?
Pre-order is so. You know what I think? I think pre-ordering game, like you can still pre-orders, but the pre-order gives you the demo. That's what I think.
I mean, I would much rather have agreed to that than cause I pre-ordered Borderlands 3.
Oh, I feel so
Yeah.
bad for you.
That's all you need to know.
My friend, I'll tell you this. My friend gifted me Borderlands 3 on Steam, and I still gave it back. Like I returned it. Like I said, like take your money back. I played it for like 1 hour, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's not good.
It really is not.
Just play Borderlands 2 again.
Honestly, do it. Like yeah, play with a friend even. It's really good.
Man, the writing
That's my second Top Gear top tip. Play Borderlands 2.
Play Borderlands, just turn all the voices audio to just 0.
In general, I wish we had more good loot shooters because like Destiny really has no competition as of today. Like you know.
No, the closest thing they had, which was Borderlands, is really just noped out with it.
I know.
Would
And
you
then
say
like
Destiny?
got the-
Would you say Destiny 2 is worth? How much would you say it's worth monetarily?
I got it for free.
$10.
I got it for free, so I'm
No,
gonna say
I mean
free.
the whole thing. If you were a company and you were going to buy Destiny 2, how much would you say it's worth?
$10.
well, didn't
3.5 billion.
Sony just acquire? Didn't Sony acquire Bungie?
No, I stand by my statement. $10.
Wow, it looks like Sony got a little ripped off then.
Yeah,
I mean, it was fun for a little while. The problem
No,
with
the thing
Destiny
is, like,
2
I am
is that you would have all of the devs, they would hit a crack pipe every 2 weeks, and then they'd just be like, oh yes, this weapon is the new meta in PvP, and then they would
thing is,
just make that.
maybe I'm a video game boomer or something, but I am the biggest simp for class-based systems, and I'll tell you why. Because it enables you to have the same core feedback loop in your game, but you can put a lot of variation on it and develop it really well without having to spend tons of dev time. You get what I mean? Like if you have a game like in Destiny, you can play Warlock, Hunter, Titan, whatever they're called, and like each one of those is really unique and has like the same weapons. But it's still
unique. It's just more like, oh yes, this class lets you throw dagger. Ah yes, this class lets you develop.
It depends on how the
exactly,
class
exactly.
set up.
And that's so much, and like similar to how Borderlands 2 have Necromancers, Psycho, blah blah blah. Class systems are so much better, in my opinion, than having your character be able to be like jack of all trades. Like if Destiny 2 didn't have the classes and every character could just throw daggers or use energy or do like Titan leaps or whatever, like I don't know, that would take away from it, you know?
Okay, I disagree.
Okay, you know what? I respect that. Why?
No, I just disagree.
I mean, like, look at a game like.
Is this how it feels to debate with Vouch? I disagree. Why? I don't know. I just do.
You know, my favorite Vouch clip is you got blown up, and you got because you're stupid.
Let's not get associated with Vosh and the recommendeds, guys. Go back to video games.
We just don't put them in the
My
tag.
point was
video game.
like in a game. Okay, if you guys were playing like if you guys were playing like a traditional RPG, like on I don't know, you're just playing a role playing game, and you have a choice between like two games, right? So in one of them, your character can wield like any weapon you want, like any combination, and like you can use like whatever skills you want, but it's kind of watered down to an extent where it's like you jack of all trades, but you're master of none. That's the phrase, right? Or
Yeah,
would you rather
I'll take the first one. I'll take the first one because it sounds exactly like Skyrim, and I love that game.
Well, see, that's the thing. I even download Skyrim mods that make all the trees like more, developed. Well, I mean, I guess I would do that even if I had a class system.
Wow.
I really felt like Skyrim could have done something. Like,
Oh, speaking of video games, did you guys see the Nintendo Direct today?
I did not.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was.
Absolutely fucking travesty. You know that?
I watched
We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that's going to be garbage because it has black people in it now.
Force
I watched
Unleashed on Switch is the only thing I'm
Fire Emblem Warriors 2, like, who cares about a Fire Emblem Warriors 2? No one gave a shit about Fire Emblem Warriors 1.
Well, the thing was, Warriors 1 was held back because didn't they launch it like on the Switch and the 3DS?
They did, but the issue is it's fucking Dynasty Warriors with a Fire Emblem skin. You know what? If I wanted to do that, I'd play fucking Dynasty Warriors.
Well, you know what? I think the
Persona
Nintendo
5
should be.
Strikers.
I think that it's good for companies to branch out and do spin-offs because then we wouldn't have the hidden gems. Like, have any of you ever played Pokemon Conquest on the DS?
No.
Game of my life.
Never.
We wouldn't have such gems as Persona 4 Arena.
Exactly, or Persona 4 Dancing.
Hey, that game's not that bad. It's better than Osu.
Okay,
No, but I was trying.
Hold on.
I was
Everybody, give me a summary. What the fuck is Persona? Like, explain it to me. Give me.
Oh God, you don't want to start this. You don't want to start this.
No,
I can literally.
Well, no,
I can take it down.
I'll corroborate because I also don't actually know what the fuck Persona is aside from some shitty PlayStation
all I know
exclusive.
is
I'll make
that
it really
autistic people and urbanites play it, and that's all I know.
I can simplify it really hard for you, okay? So every Persona game follows a core formula, and that is young people, like younger than adults, but like teenagers.
Underage
people. Oh my. Okay, bro. It's like when there's something you like. Well, I mean, no, it's not as easy as I thought it would be.
Teenagers with savior complex. That's all you need to know. It's a JRPG about teenagers with a savior complex.
Teenagers. So the Persona formula is teenagers that are upset with their life for various reasons, become able to manifest their emotions and their state of mind in the form of like mythological beings and creatures, and they battle them.
How did I not develop that?
Oh.
Like, I could have made so much money.
Hey,
Like, that's such
how-
a
how-
dumbass
16-year-old high school student in Shibuya Prefecture.
Go back to the idea that spin-offs are good, because I'm gonna have to actually disagree with a reason as to why spin-offs are not necessarily good.
What I wanted to finish
Okay,
off
are you
is that
ready?
I think okay, let me just finish my point real quick, and then you can go. I'm sorry, but spin-offs should be encouraged, but I don't think it should be to the point where you're making a spin-off just for the sake of having a game with your brand. Like you wouldn't play a Super Smash Bros. Rhythm game, would you?
I don't even
I've
know
no
what it is.
depends.
No, not fucking
Pachinko machine?
I don't even know.
But like Tag, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they're doing with Fire Emblem Warriors. That's exactly what it is. It's just a spin-off for the sake of being a spin-off. It's like Hyrule Warriors. Do you guys fucking remember that?
No, I mean I
No.
feel like it's close enough to. I mean I can imagine that fans have been like, I would love to play Fire Emblem with like actual combat and not turn-based. Like it seems like a valid thing for them to fill.
Fire Emblem fans would be strategy game players.
Yeah, but then when you have a game like Warriors, you can not only
if they wanted to play a game with actual combat with like Fire Emblem, they would just download a Skyrim mod.
Jogger, your exact same logic. You can only replace Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem Warriors with Persona and Persona Arena or like Persona Strikers. Like any turn-based game, like I would say, can validly release like a fighter or like just whatever, and it would be fine in my opinion, because that way you can capture like the fighting game enjoyers and the turn-based people, in the middle.
And then do a rhythm game anyway, just to be funny.
Yeah, but like it's two radically different genres they're going for. They're going for fucking strategy games, turn-based strategy games. Then they're also going for fucking Dynasty Warriors.
Well, Dynasty Warriors,
I mean, come on.
like that's kind of specific. They're not doing Dynasty Warriors. They're doing like open world.
It's
up.
literally Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, but Dynasty
It's
Warriors is the
literally
name of the
Dynasty Warriors.
I don't know. I mean,
What?
I enjoyed the original FE Warriors like decently, but I mean, I guess I am a huge turn-based RPG fan. Like I've played Persona, I've played Pokemon, I've played Octopath Traveler. I slept through most of Octopath Traveler, but I did. Like I see it as best of both worlds kind of thing. Because if spin-offs didn't exist, then studios would just be burnt out, cranking out constant releases.
But they don't even do that for the Fire Emblem franchise in the first place.
I guess.
Instead of producing spin-offs, why don't studios just
it's one of
focus all of
the
their energy into making
least
better sequels?
active development studios that Nintendo owns.
Maybe.
They just don't fucking do anything. They just sit on their hands all day, fiddle with their dicks, pretend it's like fucking gold or some shit.
Do they?
Bro, your microphone is majorly bugging out. Oh wait, did I just want to say Activision Blizzard?
Oh God, yeah, I said it. What are you? Oh no.
What did you say? What did you say about them?
He was talking about them sitting on their hands and fiddling with their dicks all day, and then I said, "Did they work?"
I mean, that's Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard's specialty nowadays is shit up a franchise.
No, guys, you understand, guys. Overwatch 2!
My favorite character is Cole Cassidy.
No, you can't just call him McCree, the Lord. Shut the fuck up.
All right.
No,
Well, my
biggest
my call out to McCree has always just been Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback. I mean, the thing
Brokeback
is,
is ulting.
it feels like every time Blizzard gets a hit, they manage to shit it out. Like they had Diablo, and they put out Diablo Immortal. They had the entire MMO market cornered, and they shit World of Warcraft's bed. They had Overwatch done, and they killed it with trying to force esports, and they didn't focus enough on the world building and the development.
Listen,
I will never
This is what I have to say about Overwatch. What they should do is what they did with the first game, and that is market the entire game based off of porn. Okay? So they gotta make Overwatch 2, and then they gotta hire a bunch of like CGI artists that make like Pixar level animations. And then they just lure in everybody by drawing all their characters getting fucking railed. And
Okay, but here's a controversial take, right? Like, what if they made a good game?
That'll never. I mean,
Impossible.
that
That's a
is
lot
the
of
biggest
effort, isn't
copium.
it, though?
Because Blizzard fans right now, the biggest copium is, oh, Microsoft is going to come in and fix everything. You know what I say to that? Look at what Microsoft let happen to Bethesda.
Can we just accept the fact that
Oh,
every single game
what happened
company
with this?
has gone to
What
shit,
happened with
and
Bethesda?
the likeliness of actual good games being released at this point is just like little to none? Like
Yes, because the giant conglomerates are coming together. Like slowly but surely, it'll just be Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Or they're just gonna all merge into one
Wait, what do
company.
you mean by look at Bethesda? They've done nothing.
That's my point. Like Microsoft is acquiring all this garbage. Microsoft is acquiring all this garbage, and they're not doing anything. Microsoft acquired Bethesda. We got Fallout 76. Microsoft.
Are you sure?
Bethesda's
Are they
just
just still
working on
working on
Skyrim
like
5
Elder Scrolls
Strikers. Like, Bethesda's going to make the
Skyrim
Dynasty
5.
Warriors Skyrim sequel.
Okay, one pet peeve that I do have is how they keep trying to like Bethesda. It feels to me like they're putting all their dev into fucking Elder Scrolls MMO, and like they're not even touching 6 yet.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure they announced it recently.
No, Howard. Yeah, they announced it, but Howard said like they're still in the basic design stages of it, and it's not going to be out for like 10 years
You
or
know,
something.
is
You know what we
ESO
should
is that not on a separate team? I think the main team is working on Starfield right now.
Starfield.
There's no such thing as a team.
It's
Okay,
just
you know what?
Howard coding it all himself.
Do you guys think that Japanese or Korean or even, God forbid, Chinese game companies do a better job than American ones?
Asian.
Or you know, I'll make it
Games,
simple.
yeah.
Do you guys think Asian do better than Canadian or American or like European dev studios?
It depends what type of game.
It depends on the genre.
I don't know.
Like,
people
I
like-
do
people
not
like
want to
Genshin
play a
Impact, I
Japanese
guess.
first-person shooter.
Let's make it simple. Whatever genre you guys play the most and are most well versed in, how do you feel about that?
No, they don't.
Yeah,
So
no,
what's
they
your
don't.
genre?
FPS games, War Thunder. Like, sorry, what the Western studios have you beat there. The only downside is I have to keep fucking looking at non-binary black women. Like, I already don't want to fucking see non-binary people. Least of all black people, especially not women.
So in your case, you play War Thunder because all you have to look at is tanks and not
Tanks and
non-binary
planes,
black
pretty
women.
much.
I like autistically detailed sandbox games, and
like Minecraft.
I don't
think the
people,
Japs make those.
Yeah, they make like rhythm games. I don't know.
See, I always consume games from like Asia because you know turn-based strategy, RPGs, MMOs. Yeah.
Like Helltaker.
Did you just say get out of the fucking game right now?
I mean, my favorite game of all time is a Japanese game, so.
Do you guys think? Okay, wait. Here's another thing.
Is
Do you
it
guys think
Kettle
that
with
like,
shoujo?
No, it's Crash Twin Sanity.
Crash?
I don't know what that is, but cool.
Crash 5.
Do you guys think that like, permanently? Do you guys think there's still like it feels like slowly but surely we've seen like the whole market for like online, like permanently online games without like a lot of solid in-game story or like you know like you have a million like shooters and stuff where you just hop into a match and like a lot of games where you just hop into matches or whatever. Do you think the single player narrative is kind of dying out? Because it feels like the only things they have is like once in a thing, like you get a God of War every like 10 years or like Red Dead Redemption or something, you know?
Because they can't make money off fucking microtransactions if it's all single player.
I mean, yeah,
diminishing.
but at the same time, like you named two games that release within 2 years of each other. that were quite fucking successful despite being single-player games.
Yeah,
I mean, God of War,
I guess
God of War
my
4 is
list would be-
amazing.
yeah, my list would be like God of War, Red Dead, Sekiro,
Persona
Dying Light
5.
2.
Sorry, let me add to that. I would say it's diminishing in the AAA scene. There's tons of like indie single player games coming out that are,
Yeah, but let's be
varying
completely
range of
honest.
quality.
Majority of indie shit is exactly that shit.
But
Yeah,
you'll,
like-
So is the
you'll
majority of
find some
AAAs.
shitty fucking
Dog shit.
RPG game, some fucking shitty RPG maker on Steam that's got the best story you've ever seen out of anything.
that has happened to me an embarrassing number of times.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just off the top of my head, the person who originally made Fire Emblem went on to make a shitty RPG Maker version of Fire Emblem. So,
Okay, clown on me all you want, but one of the best and most intricate video game stories I've seen in recent times for like an online game. A single player game with like no online, no microtransactions or whatever. Five Nights at Freddy.
That's just because you like to jack off to Vanessa.
No, that's not true. That's independent of that fact. Okay.
No, see, I was recently playing this this little indie game. I don't think you'll have heard of it. It's not got big in the normal sphere. It's called Fallout New Vegas.
yeah, I was playing this small game, this small single-player game. You might have not heard of it before. It's pretty niche. Yeah, it's called Final Fantasy 14.
I've been
Don't hit me with that, Jogger. Tell me
It's
you
just-
haven't been playing Final Fantasy 14, bro.
No, I
No, I've been-
haven't, because I'm
I
not
don't
going to
even know
spend
what
another
Final
$60
Fantasy
I'm
is.
not going to play.
Have you ever heard of this?
Jogger,
It's
I'm going to give you 2 sentences. Explain to me what Final Fantasy is in 2 sentences. Go.
Women.
Okay. Shitloads of gays. Okay story.
Okay, I'm not playing it. Thank you.
have you heard of this? Have you heard of this little indie title? It's been getting a lot of press. It's called Fortnite.
Oh,
I can't say I have.
wow.
It's an amazing single-player, story-rich, psychological horror game.
Is it because
Does
it
it
has
have buildings by
King
any
in it?
chance?
I don't know. All I saw was this gameplay of this man called Ninja. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Ninja from Fortnite.
The fuck you say to me, you little bitch?
Actually, here's a good fucking question. What happened to the original fucking idea for Fortnite?
Well, they
the Battle
realized
Royale made more money.
They found out
Yeah,
about microtransactions, and they were just like, "Wow, we could make like $8 billion selling dumbass skins to 8-year-olds."
the zombie game is
That's
genuinely
game.
not bad. I've played a little bit of the zombie campaign. Fortnite
I
Save the
mean,
World. It's
no
not.
Black Ops 2 zombies or Black Ops 1 zombies, or even Black Ops 3 zombies for that matter.
But is it like a Black Ops Cold War zombies?
See, I do actually kind of like that Black Ops 4 zombies, even though it's awful. But yeah, it's probably better than that.
I said Black Ops Cold War, not fucking Black Ops 4.
Oh, I like Black Ops 4 even more than I do Cold War.
All right, let's hang on. I'm gonna kind of shift the subject a little bit.
Yeah, let's shift the subject because y'all have been talking about shit I don't know anything about for the past like.
Well,
30
it's not my fault you don't culture
I'm
yourself
gonna
with rich learned experience.
with like
I'm
Black
gonna give-
Ops 4 and Final Fantasy.
I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one to Drift and Oprah because they haven't really. Okay, if you guys had a theoretically infinite amount of money to give a studio to make a game, what would the genre be, and like who would you pick?
I'll let him go first because I don't have an answer directly.
I guess I probably would have said Obsidian, but after the Outer Worlds, they're clearly not the same studio that made New Vegas.
That's because all of the people who like primarily wrote New Vegas left Obsidian to either like found their own companies or just like retire.
Tell you what,
Yeah,
Tell you what, Drift.
I would just want them to finish New Vegas, basically.
for the sake of hypothetical, you can say like, okay, it'll be the Obsidian that made New Vegas. Would you like have them do a new game, or would you genuinely just have them extend New Vegas?
I mean, I'd probably have them I don't know.
I'd probably have them do a new game and maybe make like an expansion for some of the Legion content in New Vegas.
Mm.
I mean,
Huh.
if they ideally had like, as much money as they could, make an extension for New Vegas, but, make it based off of whatever ending you wanted, like, I don't know, Mr. House or Legion or NCR, or even if you went like the anarchist route with Yes Man, you could just like, okay, I'm gonna load in. Oh,
I'd give the Obsidian a bunch of money just to make a sequel to New Vegas where the Legion won.
Yeah. Oh
damn.
man.
Why does
I think it would
I
be
could
just
give a
loves the
shitload
Legion?
of money to Sega to keep fucking everything up.
I'd give all the money to Todd Howard so he could not release Elder Scrolls 6.
for 20 more years. I mean, didn't Rockstar say they're finally actually developing GTA 6?
They've finally milked enough
I hope
money
not.
from all of the 13-year-olds
And apparently
playing
it's
GTA
gonna have
Online.
a female protagonist.
Now it's gonna have a
It's
trans
ruined.
protagonist, don't you know?
It's ruined twice.
Oh,
What's
They're
next?
gonna.
There'll be a black protagonist.
oh
It's gonna be
wait.
trans apparently. Like I saw something on it where it's like the protagonist is gonna be trans.
I hope they're just going to do a complete and utter bait and switch. Like, that character's just going to get run over by Nico Bellic, then you play as him for the rest of the game.
I would buy that. I would play that.
Can we just get like a fucking remake of like GTA Vice City or San Andreas, like an actual good remake? Like I'm not talking like the dumbass fucking like remastered graphics versions that they've made recently of San Andreas. I mean, like makes
You're asking for too much, you know. We're too busy with GTA 6.
Like make San Andreas or Vice City with like I can't even say GTA 5 graphics because we've bounced well beyond that point. Like make GTA San Andreas or Vice City with modern graphics. Maybe add in some extra shit like not global homo shit. Please God, leave that shit out. We don't need extra gay characters or trannies or whatever. It's like the 1980s.
They're just going to reveal in like a cutscene that Big Smoke's a transgender.
I'll tell you what. I'm optimistic about Unreal. Is it 5 and like the future of that?
I think it's Unreal 6. I believe Unreal
Wait, is it
5 is the
Unreal?
current one.
Or yeah.
This man's pulling up a fucking Snopes fact check just to prove him wrong.
I mean, yeah. I feel like
I'm going
the
off
thing
of
is,
drunk memory
the
right
weird
now.
thing.
I don't have a Snopes fact check.
But like, what do you think Unreal 6 like drastically increased the amount of dev time on games?
Probably not. I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's not going to make the
Just
games
use
better
AI
no matter how
upscaling,
good
bro.
the graphics are. It just depends.
Just use AI upscaling.
Use AI upscaling on CJ to make
Yeah,
San
dude.
Andreas
Just
Remastered.
do what they did with Mass Effect, right? Basically, you just take what some guy already did as a mod, but then you repackage it and sell it to people.
If they really wanted to make money, they would like let modders actually create resources for like the remastered version of their game. Like even with oh god, what was it, like Fallout 4 New Vegas? Like if Bethesda really wanted to and they wanted to allocate the time, resources, and money into it, they could have already released like a remastered version of New Vegas on like Fallout 4's engine,
Which
just
is
based off of the Fallout 4 New Vegas project if they really wanted to, but obviously they're not going to because that's never gonna fucking happen.
the Fallout 4 engine is actually quite good. Like, it's the best gunplay that Fallout's ever had.
I'll give
That
them
is
credit where credit's due. Like, don't get me
let's
wrong.
not get
Like,
too far ahead of ourselves.
like, don't get me wrong. They absolutely fucked up the RPG element of Fallout. with Fallout 4.
Yeah.
The gunplay was definitely the best for the Fallout franchise in general, but yeah, the RPG element, they just fucked it up where it's like, oh yes, you get 4 options, and it's either yes, no, maybe, or I'm gonna kill your whole family for fun. It's just like,
I mean,
And there
There's
is
this-
another settlement for you to help.
yeah, exactly.
there's like 2 possible things that'll happen. Either Unreal 6 is like the future of gaming, and everything is going to be ridiculous, like basically photorealism, you know. And then you're going to have to buy like a $3,000
Then
component.
you're gonna have to buy a 380, which doesn't fucking exist because the microchip
Exactly.
shortage is
Exactly.
still in effect. I am in pain. Please God, let me allow me to buy a
Either-
3080.
Either that's the future, or please don't laugh, VR.
VR is not the future. I'm
I
sorry.
can't use VR.
VR is a steep pile of shit.
It's not there technologically. It's,
I'll tell you what.
neat,
There's a
I guess, but
I feel like what should happen is certain games, like okay, imagine like you have your battle royales, whatever, and your like single player experiences on like VR, or you have a game with a lot of gunplay or like a lot of like melee combat in VR, and so you get to have a really cool experience of like swinging a sword or shooting a gun. But then on the console, that's where you get like the graphically intensive, like huge open world. Like, you guys get what I'm getting at?
Why can't we just go back to 2016, where a first-person cooperative shooter was made on an engine meant for driving games, and the driving in it's
Okay,
terrible.
Okay, but Payday fucking sucks.
You're just saying that because you're bad at the game. You can't have the Scarface DLC.
No. I'm saying somebody who's 100% in it. It's just not fun. Like,
Yeah, 'cause it's
after a
bad.
while, you just don't want to fucking play it anymore.
Is that because you tried a stealth heist and you can't do it?
I mean, you say that's any game, sure, but like, with Payday, you fucking get the loop immediately. Oh, I fucking stealthed into this fucking place. Got my stealth shit done. Gotta get some bags, throw them over. Get some bags, throw them over. Get some bags, throw them over.
you guys play stealth
Play
missions?
Shadow Raid once.
Ah, like Shadow Raid. Fucking open
Is
up
that
the
Shadow
door.
Legends?
Shadow Legends?
What?
Guys, it's the sponsor of today's Channitcast. Raid Shadow Legends.
Thanks. Yeah, you can play it today on your iPhone, your iPad, your Android tablet, your Amazon
download
Alexa.
from the link in the description. Use my code FUCKOFF at checkout.
Yeah, if you use our code FuckJannies, you'll get 5,000 gold, 200 gems, and a rare champion.
All of this for the low price of your soul.
Please, I'm begging you, we only get 13 cents every time someone
Raid Shadow Legends. You could download it on your Raspberry Pi or your fucking PC.
And don't forget to get your free fucking rare. Don't forget to get your free fucking rare. Don't forget your free fucking rare.
Raid Shadow Legends now available on the Fauci vaccine brain chip.
No, it's the brain chip heard Raid Shadow Legends, and they start overloading
Now,
it.
maybe I am being a bit too much of a contrarian with Payday 2. But early on, when the game came out, it was just fucking boring.
It was. They've done a lot with it. Impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But, like, the issue is they never fixed the core gameplay loop. The real fun in Payday 2 is just how crazy the shit
by
you can do.
Israeli game developer Plarium Games. A port to PC was
Still
released
on
on January
Shadow
21st,
Legends.
2022 with the citation marks around it.
I just still find it impressive that Payday 2 is a driving game that's been forced into being a first-person shooter.
Well, which is funny because the driving controls for that game are
terrible. The
only thing I know
motorbike
about
has the
Payday
same
2
hitbox
is
as a
fucking,
forklift.
like music from it, which was in all the memes around like January 6th.
Well, it's got a good
okay.
soundtrack, though.
Payday 2 does
So,
have pretty good
I don't want us to run like too long. So, does anyone have a topic they'd like to close up on?
The geopolitics of Israel. Let's go.
Okay, Israel, first of all, is not a legitimate state. They literally just took it from the Palestinians who were there from day one. and it's literally a holy site for all three religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. But somehow the Zionists have gotten away with claiming it as their own and basically annexing literally everyone, like massacring millions of Palestinians over the course of
That's because they were able to get Frank Sinatra to help run guns to them back in like 1946. So you can thank Frank Sinatra for that.
Can I thank Mr. Sinatra for his good music instead?
I don't hate Judaism as religion, and I don't hate Jewish people. I absolutely hate Zionists, and a huge reason of why I pirate literally everything is to not support those that are in control of the movie
So
industry.
you acknowledge the fact that Zionists are in the control of every form of media.
I acknowledge
Please,
the fact
George,
that if you
please
do very
stop
basic,
noticing things.
if you do very
Are
basic
you an
entry-level research,
anti-Semite, Goyim? Are you an anti-Semite?
Cool it
Are
with
you
the anti-Semitic remarks.
cool
I don't go
anti-Semitic
so
remarks?
far.
Coolly,
I don't go so
yeah,
far
come
as to
on.
boycott. I don't go so far as to boycott like household products that are made in Israel, or like not talk to people that are of the
What, you
Jewish
mean you
faith.
don't buy the lettuce that has the small K mark in the bottom
Damn
right-hand
it, Dan,
corner
get
that you
out of
can
here.
barely see that says kosher
My
certified?
point is, I feel like it's obviously strategic the way that Palestine doesn't get any coverage. And I frankly think it's kind of disgusting. If anything, this should be the next human rights or people's movement. And I just
But
hope that at least
But the
in the
problem
next
is you don't realize who actually controls like the UN and the United States. Like it's not going to become a human rights violation, no matter what you wish.
You
we
heard
all
of
know who
AIPAC?
controls the UN. It's the Antichrist.
Yeah.
I will never drink my corn syrup unless you sell it to me as Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Dude, let's just get something out of the way, though, right? Like, Palestine doesn't really give a shit because both sides are just playing a giant fucking economic scam.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had
Israel,
no idea you were a
It's all a
Palestinian.
ploy by the
Jogger.
blue helmets to sell me more corn
well,
syrup.
I'm just going to say I really don't give a shit about the Palestinians, but I'm just going to point this out, right? Palestine gets a shitload of funding from the local Arab countries, while Israel gets a shitload of funding from the UN countries. I just think
Yeah,
it's funny
and the UN countries
whenever one of them needs money, it just so happens the conflict gets heated again.
the
I just
issue
think that's
is
very
that
interesting.
the issue is that Zionists like they can literally mask themselves against any kind of criticism under the whole anti-Semitism thing, and it's just been getting worse and worse. Like there has to be a breaking point.
The breaking point is whenever the American people actually realize like what the fuck's going on behind the scenes.
So
Except
never,
for the
yeah,
fact
that's
that
very
yeah, exactly. Yeah, now
Have
you're
you
seeing
noticed
where I'm
that,
coming
like, in the early to late 2000s, maybe late 2000s, early 2010s, racism was pretty much gone. And then Occupy Wall Street happened, and the rich noticed.
And so they
So,
pitted everybody against each other to keep
Damn,
themselves.
British man, you're actually starting to spout things that I understand. Good job. I'm proud of you.
yeah,
Do you want me to send the graph with the mentions of racism within the New York Times that happens right after Occupy Wall Street that skyrockets?
I'm good 'cause I've already seen it.
Oh, okay.
We'll leave the
Drift,
link in the
drift,
video
drift.
description.
What are your geopolitical opinions, Drift? I feel bad because you haven't been inputting anything.
Oh, I like the U.S., but I fucking hate the government.
I can agree with you.
Okay, so are we going to wrap things up? Can I do the next time on Channitcast?
You know what? This is probably a good point to do it. Go for it.
Next time on Channitcast, Jogger laughs some more. Tag discusses why American Psycho is the best movie of all time, and I'll do a Quran
Yes.
reading.
Damn, I didn't even get featured. God damn.
And Oppa and Fed Groiper will continue to not contribute.
What do you mean I didn't contribute? I said some shit. I'm just so drunk. I'm staring at my monitor, and I'm just like.
Next time, it's because you've done this on a day where I've got a lecture. I will get drunk. I'll drink. It'll be fine.
All right. Yeah. So for closing out,
Wait, no. Before we close out, what time is it, Bong?
It's 7 bong.
All right,
7 bong, everyone.
Continue.
All right, I'll do the final. All right, please remember to like, molest the subscribe button. fondle
Ring-
or comment.
Ring the bell. Leave a comment saying which one of us was the best, and whoever gets the most
And
votes,
you
I
better
will punch
fucking
in the nuts.
smash that motherfucking like button.
If you'd like to be part or
Be-
witness to future autistic conversations such as this, the Channit Discord link will be in the description below.
Remember to Joe Biden sniff the like button.
Joe Biden. Yeah. And thank you, dear viewer, for watching. You're the reason we make these. All right.
You said
No, you're
all
not.
fucking like an hour and 30 minutes of our conversation. Congratulations.
Thank you. Unless you skip to the very end without watching the whole thing.
If you've made it this far in the
skip to
video,
the
come
end
to
right now.
Pongland and I will buy you a pint of lager.
If you skip to the end right now and you haven't watched the whole thing, you should kill yourself now.
Now.
And end recording.